Hello, hello, hi everybody. It's Jennifer Brooks, your Southern Belle. I hope you can see me good. Mwah. Kiss up to God. I went to church again today at Redeemer Love Fellowship Church with overseer Alicia Oatman Gasson. It was, I'm a baby. So this weekend, I actually had to cry. I was crying this weekend. My feelings were so hurt. And when I got there, guess what the subject was? Jeremiah 9 and 19. Well, if you don't know what that is, it's about, the women, the woman that had to wail out, had to cry out because her home was in ruins. It is so funny that I cried out. It had something to do with a home. God, but God. Anyway, everything that I'm doing is really growing me more and more. I'm gaining knowledge. I'm gaining acceptance. I'm gaining understanding. I'm gaining wisdom, strength, and compassion. Got to be patient because God is not through with me yet. And then it's like, what are you crying about? Did you do the right thing? Did you do the right thing? Did you help somebody? Did you do what you're supposed to have done? Did you do what was asked of you? And I did. But when you do the project with somebody and you do it for so long, and then I cried because once the project was finished, I wasn't notified or I heard through somebody else that it was done, that it was finished. And it really hurt my feelings. And the way that I deal with my feelings is I withdraw. Because I remember before I didn't. Before I did not withdraw. But God said that this is my season for grace and favor. But that's why I knew that I still needed healing because I would withdraw. Now, instead of withdrawal for 2 weeks, I withdraw for a couple of days because I have to get it together. Because I withdraw and I ask myself, why are you angry? Is it worth being angry about? What is the solution to your anger? That's the way I deal with things. And that was before I got healed, before I got into healing myself. Or, I put in the work. Thank goodness a friend of mine introduced me again to make, reading the Bible, and he speaks to me spiritually. But if I wouldn't have had that, I would still be in that dark place. Because whenever there was something that needed to be fixed, and I realized that it would hurt me, I would go back and I would try to fix everything around me so I didn't have to change. Instead of changing myself, I tried to change the other person. I don't do that no more. I used to build up walls because of my past. I used to like close doors. And I used to isolate myself. 17 years. 17 years. He helped me get through that. And then sometimes those are the ones that hurt you more. He helped me get through it. Because, see, the problem wasn't the person that I was dealing with. The problem was really the past. And I had to go within myself. I had to go to God. I had to cry out to God. Yesterday when I cried, or Friday when I cried, it wasn't because I wasn't healed. It's because I was hurt. Because when you feel like that you're there for somebody, and then no matter how mad you make them or whatever, you know. Anyway, I feel much, much better. But I was a crybaby this weekend. I was horrible. You have to accept love because you're insecure. To expect love, doubt yourself because you're guilty and facing dysfunction. You can get loud and fight. That's what I used to do. I used to get loud and fight and fight and fight. That's no good. Because I had to realize that, God is close to the brokenhearted. Psalms 34:18 talks about that. You have to go to God. You have to pray to God. You have to make sure that it's understood because He will be there for you. I had to really go to God and ask Him to please take the hurt away, take the pain away. And that's how I started healing. And I'm grateful and I'm blessed for the healing, because I started working on self. I feel good about myself again. I was depressed. I was down and out. I opened myself up to love again. I opened myself up to embracing a different type of lifestyle instead of just laying there being more and more depressed. Now I have to work on my spiritual maturity, and that's what I'm dealing with now. I need spiritual maturing so I can be positive under pressure. So I don't fold under pressure, and that's what I do. I fold when I step back and try to do it myself. I try to, like I say, I get quiet and I cut people off for a minute until I can get myself together. So I'm still working on my spiritual maturity. I have to be sensitive to people by knowing what to say and how to say it. I have to let God fight my battles because the battles are not mine, they're the Lord's. And I realize that when I fight, I'm only fighting the flesh. And I'm fighting somebody's will, and I can't fight anybody's will because God don't go against the will. Like I stated before, you can't make someone love you or treat you right. But if you're loving them, you're treating them right, that's all you can do. If they're not reciprocating back to you, if they're not giving it back to you, there's nothing you can do about that. All you can do is just turn it over to God. Let God work that out in them because a lot of times they're broken also. A lot of times they're fearing love also because they don't want to get hurt. Who does? Who wants to feel the pain? And I am doing my manifestation. I started this morning. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut it down for 21 days. I'll come back in 21 days because I got to shut everything down. It's got to be about me, my God, and I. And I'm going to study the book of James. It's one of my favorite books. But the book of James speaks about spiritual maturity. That's what we are talking about in our Bible application on Wednesday nights. Join us at 7 o'clock. Spiritual maturity. So the book, me and the book of James, that's my brother's name anyway. Me and the book of James, and my 369s, which is 3 times in the morning, 3 times in the evening, and nine. I'm sorry, 3 times in the morning, 6 times in the afternoon, and 9 times. The 369 method. Write down what you want God to manifest in your life, and meet me in 21 days, and let me know what happened because I'm so excited about this. I'm so excited what God is doing in my life, how He has changed me, how He's healed me, how He keeps me strong, regardless of the hurt feelings, regardless of how people treat each other, regardless of how I was treated this weekend. I was such a baby. I'm such a crybaby because when I give my all, I give my all. And I expect a little back in return. And when it's not returned, it hurts. But it is what it is. I will see you guys in 21 days. I'm doing the 369 method of manifestation because I need God to do and work some things out in my life so I can keep this podcast moving and my own personal life intact. Thank you so much. My name is Jennifer Brooks. I am your Southern Belle, and I'm on the right road now. Have a blessed day. Are you ready for some football? Thank you. Bye bye.